Alert 6 starts with breaking news.
Breaking news this morning, flames erupt at a house early this morning. This happened near 31st and Vinton just before 2. Right now, we don't know what caused the fire or how bad the damage is. We do know no one had to go to the hospital. Stay with First Alert 6 as we work to learn more information for you.
All right. Happy Halloween. It is good to have you with us, and it feels like a Friday. I'm Erin Hartley.
And I'm Cerise Cole, along with meteorologist Jared Lansford, senior chief meteorologist Rusty Lord. Everybody wants to know what that Halloween forecast is going to be, Rusty.
Well, I tell you what, late October, you expect there to be a chill in the air of some sort. Sure. It's all a matter of how cold is it going to be. Well, 30s out there this morning, and we're not dealing with any fog. Look how far you can see compared to yesterday morning. It was tough to tell what camera we were looking at yesterday, and now we got a beautiful sunrise to enjoy. We're at 35 with a dew point of 30. Feels like temperature doesn't vary too much from the actual air temperature. So as you head out this morning, maybe kids taking the Halloween costume with them for their in-class Halloween party, with jacket and warm hat needed today. And keep them handy because I think you'll probably need them to go trick-or-treating tonight. Current temperatures 30s pretty widespread across the metro area. Same story as you go outside the metro. 30 starting off in frost territory, but we're not quite getting a freeze again in the metro. The coldest we've had so far is 33. Now tonight, after going to 53 for the high, remember that's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Once the sun sets, trick-or-treating, that means we're going to fall off into the 40s pretty quickly. With the clouds increasing, hopefully that can help it from falling off too quickly, but I think 40s, and unfortunately a little wind. That is often the key, and the air's going to have a little bite to it, I think, because of this wind. Gusting near 25 during the day, but still some gusts this evening up near 20 miles per hour, and then they actually pick back up overnight, gusting near 25 to 30 miles per hour. So the wind is a factor. Could have some wind chills down in the 30s, depending on how late you're out tonight. First alert forecast otherwise through the day today. You can see the clouds just slowly filling up the map. There's 2 o'clock with a high near 50. More and more clouds by 4. High of 53, and then more and more of those clouds even into the evening. Could have a couple of sprinkles here. So if those going out late tonight, you're talking some sprinkles, maybe a flurry from that overnight. And then early tomorrow morning, a couple of sprinkles still on the map with temperatures down in the 30s to start off the day Saturday morning, the way things are looking. So Saturday likely to be the coolest day we have on the forecast for a while. 47 there and 60 for the high on Sunday. Easily the best day of the weekend lining up on Sunday the way it looks now.
Okay, November 1st already. Tomorrow we go this quick transition from everything spooky to now everything going to be Christmas. But we do have a Husker forecast to talk about. What should people expect? A
lot of football, but that one is trending cold. Notice how it's only 47 during the day because we have clouds around all day. So that's going to be chilly. And there's differences between today and tomorrow. Today the clouds build in during the day. They're going to be with us tonight. And the high school playoffs are getting going tonight. So those temperatures fall through the 40s, but with clouds around. It could have a couple of sprinkles, that northwest wind that I mentioned. But then you go to tomorrow night, the clouds will actually be clearing out during the game in Lincoln. And that'll allow the temperatures to fall off, I think, a little faster with light winds. So just bank on everything being chilly tomorrow. At best, you get 40s during the day. And then during the evening, those should fall off into the 30s by the end of the game. And a couple of mornings yet here where we drop down into that frost territory. Saturday and Sunday morning, still, again, the coldest number we've had is 33 officially in the metro, 32 to 33 for most of the metro area. If we avoid a freeze Sunday morning, we likely are waiting a while. 10-day forecast shows there's nothing any colder than maybe some upper 30s for overnight lows with afternoon highs in the 60s. Now, the first couple weeks of November look like they're going to be warm. Not necessarily quiet, though. I think there's going to be storm systems going through. It's just a matter of the impacts from those. But right now, I think we get a lot of 60s, maybe even a 70 in early November.
Wow.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Nice start to November. All right, we would like a nice start to that morning commute. A little slow going though out there.
Yeah, we've got some issues around the 680 and Dodge interchange, and it's kind of been backing traffic up even on to southbound 680. So let's take a look at what we're seeing with this kind of developing situation around here. Kind of has the look of maybe being a crash on the ramp there. I haven't confirmed that just yet, but you could see how things are just kind of sluggish in this area in general as you're heading through here, trying to get to the expressway to go to westbound on Dodge. There's what it looks like on the map, and that's why I kind of suspect the issue is right in here, because right as you're getting all this traffic coming in off of 680, it's really slow. You're not exactly doing great coming in off of northbound 680 either. So as you try to make your way from 680 to westbound Dodge, be ready for some delays as the situation continues to evolve, and we get any details on exactly what's going on, I'll forward those. I do see we got some flashing lights that are going on there at this interchange, so that would indicate that maybe we do have a crash in this area. So watch for that as you are heading through there. Give them some room to work if that does end up being what's happening. On the other side of the scale, we got good news on I-80. Remember how much we talk about I-80 westbound through the stretch near Q? Well, we have 3 lanes open now instead of the 2 that we have had. That happened overnight, so that has really helped with the traffic flow through this stretch. You can see this morning it's pretty quiet. Now, do watch, you still have a lane restriction down here around Giles as you're heading westbound, so we're not completely out of the woods, but we are looking at things doing pretty well in that stretch there on I-80, and that's kind of the scenario for the rest of the metro too. You can see that we're picking up the traffic. Anytime you see those kind of yellow specks here and there showing up, that's just a sign of busy roads that we're looking at. So that's the case, but we aren't seeing a lot of problems. Maybe a little slow here westbound Highway 370 around 180th, but in general, it's a pretty smooth and not too terrifying start to our Halloween commute.
I like it. All right, Jared, thank you. 2 News Now, a months-long investigation into a disturbing case of sex trafficking leads to the arrest of 5 people.
First Floor 6 Investigates was the first to confirm one of the people arrested is an accountant for the city of Omaha. We learned from Omaha police that a search warrant was served yesterday morning at the city of Omaha Finance Department. One of their accountants, identified as this woman, 39-year-old Amy Hicks, was taken to custody. She's accused of several felony charges, including tax evasion, possession of child pornography, and keeping a place of prostitution. She is expected to appear in court later on this morning.
Well, here's a look at the others arrested in this case. Thomas Falcon faces 7 charges, including sex trafficking of a minor. Douglas Johnson and Scott Nelson are each accused of possession of child pornography. Stephen Harper is accused of keeping a place of prostitution. Everyone but Nelson is also scheduled to appear in Douglas County Jail Court this morning.
Nelson, meantime, expected in federal court today. He's been in custody for over a year. Nelson pled guilty to sex trafficking. Earlier this month, he was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. The Council Bluffs man was at an Omaha hotel with 3 teen girls, 2 of them just 14. In an interview, Nelson told police he paid a 16-year-old to model lingerie for him and to provide oral sex. The 16-year-old said they met many times but had to work around her summer school schedule.
Now, Mayor John Ewing released a statement in response to these arrests. He says he became aware of the investigation shortly after this past May's mayoral election. He says as a former member of the Omaha Police Department and now the mayor, he understands how sacred the public trust is and how vital it is to fully investigate any crime, particularly those that may be committed by any city employee.
Cerise, thank you. Now over here at the safety desk with Maria Kay. Maria has some good tips on how to have a very safe Halloween.
Yeah, always some things to keep in mind, of course. Physical safety when you're trick-or-treating. Yes. The candy safety, though, is something that a lot of people talk about, but if you have really young kids, they could actually mistake medicine for candy. So doctors want to remind you that not everything that looks like the candy is safe to eat. One pharmacist says many medications are those small, colorful colors, sometimes flavored to make them easier to take. And of course, that makes it easy for kids to mistake the medicine for candy. Especially this time of year, those sweets are more visible, more accessible to them. That pharmacist says if a child accidentally takes medication, they could experience side effects.
If a child takes it, the whole dosing is going to be off, and they're going to take more than like a child's dose. So then they're going to maybe, experience some of those side effects.
So doctors say it's best to put the medicine away immediately after you use it. Lock it up if you can. If a child accidentally swallows medication, of course, call poison control right away. Get them taken care of so they can be safe.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's definitely something they see on Halloween, but we don't want it to increase.
Ever happen, yes.
Yeah. Okay, Marie-Kate, thank you. We're back after this.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, it is Halloween, and so we know you want to know that Halloween forecast, especially have littles, and they have those costumes.
Yeah.
They want to wear them, but
coat under the costume, coat over the costume.
Yeah.
There's enough of a win that I think parents, you're getting things organized today. Probably going to have to figure out how to keep the kids warm this evening just because of the wind, I think. Temperatures aren't atrocious, but Halloween forecast has increasing clouds. It's going to be cool and breezy today. A couple of chances tonight and Saturday night where we could dip down near 32 yet again, and then a very mild stretch of days on the way beyond that. Current temperatures 35 in the metro, in Omaha 38, Papillion 33 in Bennington. So you see how on any given day it can vary by about 5 degrees on this map here and as you drive around the city. So just remember that when we talk about low temperatures that get down near freezing, a couple of places could actually get to that depending on your elevation and your location. But 30s otherwise across the area. Halloween forecast, get 50s, low 50s, not bad, pretty close to where we should be this time of year. But again, that's during the afternoon. Temperatures cool off, pick up the kids, might have a Halloween party or something for the kids at the end of the school day. They come out of the school in their costume in low 50s, trick or treat forecast. There's something here, it's not just a black screen. There we go. You got temperatures that settle back into the 40s, and there's going to be a wind with it. And that's, I think, the key to the day. So 40s and wind, it's chilly out there over much of the area. That's going to put those wind chills down in the 30s at times. So a 25 mile per hour gust or two this afternoon, 15 to 20 this evening, gusts up 25 to 30 then overnight as well. Then the 10-day forecast shows while the clouds increase today, they're going to be around most of Saturday and don't really decrease till the evening hours. Look at the thick clouds around over the course of the day, maybe a couple of sprinkles Saturday with that. So by 3 o'clock we have clouds. By 5 o'clock, still some clouds. 7 o'clock, you got kickoff in Lincoln down there at 6:30. Those clouds should back off, and it's going to be 40s turning into 30s during that game. Don't forget, Saturday night into Sunday, the clocks roll back an hour. A breezy Sunday should help warm us. A southwest wind will take us from 32 up near 60, and you got 60s next week, the way things are looking to start off anyway. So couple of mornings to watch, though. Saturday morning and Sunday morning, next two opportunities to get a freeze. We haven't been any colder than 33 degrees so far this season in the metro officially. So that's something we'll be watching.
It's not too bad for October. No. Get into November, you say we could actually see some warmer temperatures than what we've been seeing.
And not just a day or two either.
Yeah.
I think we got a pretty long stretch here. Let me show you some longer term stuff. Next week, a lot of 60s. Average high the first week of November is in the 50s, so all that would be above. Notice how we don't have any freezes or frosts lining up in the 10-day forecast. Warmer than average gets you into the middle of the month almost with warmer than average conditions. So not a lot of changes there. I think we have a lot of days in the 60s, maybe a 70-degree reading or two over the first 2 weeks of the month. And then we got to start paying attention to this list too. If we don't get to 32 on Sunday, then we could get on this list for the top 6 latest first freezes ever. So it might be something we finesse a little bit. If we get to 32 but not below it, then we can adjust the list a little bit. But it's been pretty mild, and we haven't had a widespread freeze in the city just quite yet. A lot of places outside.
Sure. Yeah, this is impressive.
Yeah.
All right, Rusty, thank you. Let's talk about traffic. We now know the cause of that slowdown on 680.
As suspected, it is a crash that's in place as you're trying to get from 680 southbound to get to westbound expressway there on Dodge. And you can see the delays that are showing up there. It's not going to be a fun drive through this part of the metro all the way back onto 680. And you're now starting to see things get a little bit sluggish through the stretch. Here's what it looks like in map form. And you can see the delays that are in place on the ramp. It's right around here as you get just before you get to the expressway where you have that crash in place. So watch for that. And I did not mean to hit that, so let's go back here and try to show you what it's looking like there on 680. And there you go, right about at the exit to Dodge is where you're seeing those backups begin. So we'll keep a close eye on this. It's possible that starts to spill onto 680 here soon with the way things are going there. Elsewhere, looking pretty good in some of our other problem spots that we normally have. That's I-80, no real problems around Q or so. As you're making your way on Dodge, you have a couple of construction zones to watch. You've got lane restrictions westbound around 43rd or so. That'll be in place for 2 weeks. We already had some slowdowns earlier this morning there. Not too bad at the moment. And similar case right around 52nd to 50th where that zone of construction has been in place. Still slow northbound 204th around Q. That's been a spot that has flared up over the last couple of weeks, but mostly a fairly smooth start to our morning drive. Blair High now just starting to get some delays eastbound near 680, but if this is the worst we have for the commute, obviously not a great around Dodge, but for the rest of us, we'll take this kind of look for how the commute goes as we head through the rest of our Friday morning.
For sure. All right, Jared, thank you. We'll still have this morning. It's time to unleash your spooky side.
Yeah, look at the sweet and savory deals you can get your hands on today. All right, happening today. If you're looking for some deals this Halloween, you are in luck.
Yeah, there's a laundry list of offers that you'll enjoy. Krispy Kreme is offering customers in costumes a free original glazed or classic ring donut. The best part, no purchase necessary. Okay, Chipotle's burrito deal is back. I know I'm going to get this later. Rewards members who show up in costume today can get a $6 entree. Wendy's is also offering 4 free saucy nuggets with any purchase. Papa John's is back with its pumpkin pizza.
Oh.
You can always Google those Halloween deals to find the one that appeals to you.
So
Pumpkin
are these,
pizza?
do you have to be in costume?
For Chipotle, yes.
Okay.
The others, though,
Who is that guy?
Okay, so this is our one of our directors, Aaron, and he is dressed up in all things First Alert 6. He's got Rusty's head. He's got Jared's Cubs. He's got my Chiefs. And are you Survivor?
I am we are both Survivor fans. So he is wearing a shirt.
So he incorporated the First Alert 6 team, which was very good. Very
And he's
good.
too tall to fit in the camera frame.
Aaron's very tall.
He's like 10 feet tall.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Good job.
Great
Love it.
work.
So feel inspired as you're getting your costumes together. Great example of what you can do.
That's awesome.
Anything's possible.
Blindsided us. That was pretty funny, though.
That was very good. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for joining us here in First Alert Streaming. Of course, you can watch our cut-in and after the Today Show and the Today Show here on streaming or over the air.
Have a great start to your Halloween morning.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Happy Halloween, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Aaron Hartley. Let's get right to your traffic update with Gerald Lansford.
One of our biggest problem spots that we have at the moment is 680 and Dodge interchange, particularly as you're trying to get from southbound to get to the Dodge Expressway. We've had a crash that's been in place here. We're getting a little bit better in the immediate vicinity of where that is, but still all sorts of backups as you try to make your way into that area. And as you make your way up towards 680 exit to Dodge, you can see the delays southbound. Now, of course, the ramp also quite slow as you're going from northbound 680 to go to Dodge. So all sorts of problems there. Have your patience if you're driving through that part of the metro. Most of the rest of the metro is actually moving along pretty well. Just a bit slow northbound on 680 as you get right around center. Rusty.
Thanks, Jared. Temperatures have fallen off into the 30s this morning. A chilly day with some frost possible, but again, not quite a freeze this morning. And temperatures will be able to rebound a little bit as we start off the day with sunshine. One facet, though, here on Halloween, the wind. Pay attention to this. Northwest gusts up near 25. Back off a little bit, but still enough of a breeze this evening, and it even picks up overnight. That I think that's a factor for trick-or-treat forecast. So today we climbed to 53 by about 4 o'clock, and then watch what happens this evening. We cool off 6, 7 o'clock down into the 40s pretty quickly once the sun sets. So we're going to have 40s at the best, but any wind would actually put those wind chills lower, and we could have wind chills in the 30s as we get closer to 7 or 8 o'clock with a small chance of a sprinkle beyond that. Then chilly on Saturday, starting to warm up again by Sunday and Monday. Aaron?
All right, breaking news this morning. Flames erupting at a house. This happened near 31st and Vinton just before 2. Right now, we do not know what caused this fire or how bad the damages were. We do know nobody was taken to the hospital.
All right, everybody, it's 7:28. We're back with another update for you in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.